learned about presentation. So here write HTML, CSS, JS, jQuery. Okay, these are all presentation. Now we'll be learning how to change these things dynamically. When I said dynamically, that means it all depends upon data now. So the data controls everything now. Okay, if there is no data changes, then absolutely there is no need of going for dynamic websites. If the data changes from day to day, or if the data changes from now and then, we need dynamic websites. Alright, so we need dynamic websites. For simple things, we don't need dynamic websites. Now let me give some examples of dynamic websites. So the examples, you see, Flipkart is a dynamic website, right? It's an e-commerce website. Facebook is a dynamic website because it's a social network where data changes every now and then. Okay, and what else? I'll tell. Twitter is a dynamic website. It's a social networking site where the data changes now and then. Now let me talk about web applications. So web applications, I said Basecamp is an application. Okay, you guys can check for Basecamp. Trello is a web application. Google Analytics is a web application. And what else is a dynamic website? So blogs, all the WordPress blogs are dynamic. And what else? What else is like? Whatever Hotmail, Gmail, and Yahoo. Okay, those are mails. I said these are dynamic. These are applications. Like there are applications built on mail servers. So it's a different scenario. We can build that to, like, I mean, you see Facebook messages over there. They're all pulled. Like it's a different concept, but I say yeah, there are web applications built on mail server. So however, the content changes dynamically too. So the communication is forever. Let's say the communications are open forever. So those are like dynamic. Okay, so this is about static and dynamic websites. Again, in dynamic websites, we have different variations wherein we have e-commerce websites, we have social networks, we have blogs, we have applications, and we have let's say large enterprise applications. Again, applications are divided: large enterprise applications, medium scale applications. So that is about dynamic websites. Now let's talk about dynamic websites and how do we choose a technology. Okay, so dynamic websites. So e-commerce, the first thing. So how do we choose? Most probably previously what they used to do is, like for e-commerce, they used to code it in PHP, but nowadays we have a flexibility called Magento. Magento is a CMS, e-commerce CMS. Okay, CMS stands for content management system. And we have PrestaShop, the famous one. This is in WordPress, okay, which I'll be coming again. So, etc. Let me say. Then there are just CMSs, which is WordPress, Joomla, Drupal. These are all built on PHP. Okay. So why I'm speaking about these things, because it's the choice of the developer to choose. Suppose tomorrow you are a freelancer, let's say, you have to know what kind of thing I have to use to make my work easy. You can, these are all, whatever I'm talking about, these things here, they're all built on PHP itself. They are nothing new. This is PHP, this is PHP, this is PHP. Put the spelling wrong here. Oops. So yeah, so CMS, content management system, like, when do we go for content management system? That I'll be telling in a while. Okay, then for applications, okay, we go with frameworks. So the frameworks to start with: CodeIgniter, YI, Laravel, Zen, and Cake PHP, etc. And then at the last we have pure PHP. When I say pure PHP, that is complete only PHP when you write from scratch. Okay, so when to use what actually? This is one biggest question that developers face. This is the biggest question. So e-commerce, if it's a e-commerce website, based upon your talent, you either go for PrestaShop or you go for Magento. Magento is a bit hard over there. It's kind of it takes a while to master Magento to do a complete application in Magento. So if you go to magento.org, I guess magentoCommerce.org or .com, I don't exactly remember. You'll find a whole lot of thing over there. So what we need actually. Okay, I will tell you. We won't deal with this. If anybody is interested, I'll take it as a separate class. And this is completely ruled out. I don't support WordPress. And this also, if anybody needs, we go. We're going to be talking about this too. We're going to be talking about these two. Okay, all we talk about this and these. I know it has become a bit mess over there. Okay, so what we really do is we take an application. Okay, we code it. So if you guys need a domain, you can buy or you pay me, I'll buy. Okay, you get a hosting service too, and the course is charged actually. We charge at a discount price. It's only 2,500, which goes on for 30 days. So which is essentially like how much is per day? When I say it's 80 rupees per day. Let's take in daily basis. So in 80 rupees per day, you will be doing hell lot of things. Okay, so that's the thing we'll be concentrating. So again, coming to the frameworks, the Code Igniter, YI, Laravel, Zen. Okay, I personally suggest Code Igniter to start with. Code Igniter is very easy, and then gradually move on to YI, Laravel, and Zen is a big mystery. I don't seriously consider Zen, and even Cake is getting outdated. So the points here is Code Igniter and YII. So Code Igniter is very small scale applications. So Tutoslive is built on Code Igniter, and YI is for medium scale enterprise applications. So applications, again I say application is like there are a lot of things. If there are a lot of things in a website, it's an application. Like for Tutoslive, I say registration is a feature. Login is a feature. You see those YouTube videos, that's a feature. You see those files, that's a feature. Okay, so and there are mails going out, so that's a feature. And there are a lot of things coming up in Tutoslive, so that's the reason it's called an application. It's used for something. So when I say website, you see WordPress is used to make websites. So people, instead of coding it in PHP, they go for WordPress because WordPress has everything built in. All you have to do is install WordPress, download WordPress, that's it. So that's the reason people go for WordPress. And Drupal is, yeah. And Drupal is one powerful CMS which is built on OOPS concepts. So that's the reason people use Drupal, whereas WordPress is built with functions. I don't know about Joomla. I seriously personally hate Joomla a lot. I don't know. It's not an offense. So Joomla and yeah, these things. So we have answered these two questions too. Oh, I did not talk about how do we approach actually. So we talked about how a PHP code works. Like typically we talked about the web architecture, what happens when somebody requests for a file. Then when a PHP file is requested, what happens? Then we talked about Zend engine, which is typically a PHP works on top of Zend engine. Then we jumped back and talked about the differences between programming languages. and scripting language. Then we talked about the types of websites. Okay, now coming to how do we approach a project. Actually, this is the most important part.